Okay, so I figured something out. I'm in the library right now. I'm supposed to be recording a video for a course that I'm a part of, but I was either feeling like A, I'm not in a video recording mood right now, or B, like I'm procrastinating. It's either one of the two because I didn't feel like doing this fucking video. Sorry for the language. Why am I saying that? Okay, that's what I figured out. So I figured out. So there's, I think there's a few state of minds that I'm in when recording videos. There's this one right now where I'm unstructured. I'm stumbling over my words. My communication is just kind of there. I'm not really thinking about it. I'm not in, I guess, a sense of professional, communicative mind space set. And I'm trying to be in that more. Like, I could switch over to that really good when I'm doing this course thing. But I realize I don't feel like doing that. And what I feel like more doing is just this Isaiah, whatever Isaiah expression I have whenever I'm doing videos for my own YouTube channel or my own Instagram thing, wherever I post them. I usually do those videos for myself. So why am I going to not act like myself in those videos? Sorry. I started doing those videos for myself, and then I allow myself to feel confident enough to be able to do them for other people too. But in doing that, I'm still going to be myself. I don't know. This is just stuff I'm thinking about. See, now I feel 100% inspired to just sit here in front of a camera talking about nothing. I'm going to talk about something. I'm eventually going to do like a general reading or anything. I don't have an intention. I just feel like talking. But I didn't feel like I didn't feel like talking about the stuff that I should be talking about. That I should be talking about before a course and more professional and more structured. I'm not really professional or structured right now, so it wouldn't be the best to do a forced video for a course, and that's what I'm realizing. So I feel like that relates to something. I feel like there's something within that. I mean, I like taking stuff, like little meanings of stuff, and applying it to everything else. But I didn't feel like being one. I'm just honoring what I am right now. And I was in a call, some good friends of mine's, and there was a question that was presented within this call. Which of your emotions do you feel you're belittling? And I couldn't answer it. I felt like I couldn't answer, and I've been thinking about it still. Like, I don't know why there's a part of me that feels like you should be able to answer this question, or you have to answer this question. Like, you're not, it's kind of impossible that you, Isaiah, are not belittling any of your emotions. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's still like belittling the Isaiah that feels that he is not belittling himself. So it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's just weird, okay? So, first of all, what I want to do is I want to step into the idea. Just step into it. I'm not belittling anything. And just say that. Like, what does that look like? Hey, there's Belle. And what does that look like? Well, not belittling any of my emotions. First of all, obviously there's this part of me that hasn't caught up with this new change of, I guess, this new perception within my emotions, my reaction towards things, my thoughts. Let's just dig it as thoughts. I was just writing about the mind and the mental body, so I guess this is kind of good that I'm talking about this. But thoughts. I'm learning it's good to be a observer of negative thoughts and not really a participant. And you be observer, a non-judgmental observer of these thoughts. So, contrary to being like a participant of these thoughts and creating relationships with the negative thoughts and turning them into seeds, then those seeds will sprout, and then they will affect and start to change your perceptions of yourself, the world around you, your friends, or your even change the thoughts, the perceptions you have about the journey you're trying to go through. And it could either turn that progression into something negative, like I'm trying to let go of this thing, but now I have this perception that I can't do it because I allowed myself to create a relationship with that thought that I can't do it. and now I planted it as a seed. So now my perceptions are shifting with that seed. But it's time within our mental garden we can uproot those seeds that we planted, and then now just start to become a non-judgmental observer of these thoughts, and then wow, my mind just went a whole another random direction. Let me stay focused. My bad. Become a non-judgmental observer of these thoughts. And anyways, the point was of all of that is that's what I started to learn. I guess that's what I'm learning, what I've been learning for a minute now, because I mean, past Isaiah, I couldn't say I was very perfect at doing just that. I had I guess I'm an extreme thinker, so I've always had some type of relationship with my thoughts, and the negative ones usually were planted. Okay, I guess is the best way that I could describe. I became really good at planting all of them, the negative ones. So fast forward to now, I'm drawing this on way too long. Fast forward to now. When I say what emotions am I belittling? Something that I, of course, used to do, make myself feel hard for things, make myself be hard on myself for things, I mean, and take a lot of stuff too seriously, like, especially mainly when it comes to my internal world, take stuff way too seriously. And that being a struggle, and now being in a place where I can look at myself and my internal being, my thoughts, my mental body, and say confidently that there's none that I'm belittling. There are no emotions that are being felt that I am belittling. And people I was in a call with said there was some irony to that, and I been thinking about it. And I still can't find irony, and that's making me think as well. But I don't know. But that's where I am now. There's an Isaiah who's, I mean, it's not really that prominent of an Isaiah who's considering, is that true? There's a thought there. Like, is that true? I mean, I'm thinking about it, so there's obviously a part of me that's wondering, like, is that really true? Am I not belittling? Do I have a good standpoint with my thoughts? Am I doing good with the thoughts that I have? I kind of want to explore this. I experienced myself holding a chain. And the chain is like a long chain wrapped around. It's me and another version of me, and there's a version of me that's wrapped in this chain. It has a blanket over him. I'm gonna do this journey with my eyes open. For some reason, I don't feel like closing my eyes. But there's an Isaiah that's wrapped around this chain, and there's a version of me that's holding him back. And there's this sense of danger with letting this chain go and just releasing this Isaiah. But then there's also another side where it feels like an obligation and a responsibility to learn to let go of the fear of releasing this chain and just to let it go. To allow this Isaiah to just be free and to be whatever is underneath. And underneath is an unknown. I don't know what this Isaiah looks like. I don't know if he's angry under this chain, if he's afraid, if he's psychotic, if he's cynical. And this is also connecting to things I've been working with lately, I feel glimpses of what could be under this blanket, and it doesn't look good. It looks like an Isaiah who's finally on his last leg of dealing with certain people, and it's like, okay, I have something for you. And it's very cynical, it's very passive aggressive, it's very angry and vengeful. And for some reason, I mean, just the slightest glimpse of that could be under the blanket is making me wonder if that's all that's under this blanket. So I have to hold on to it. I'm choosing to continue to hold on to it because I think that me holding on to this chain and not releasing all of this is going to benefit me and everyone around me, because it would be better for my heart, right? If I'm not cynical, it would be better for my heart, right? If I don't release, my anger on people. So I have to hold on to this chain, but at the same time, I'm determining that that's what's under this blanket when I'm not too sure. So, is it true that Isaiah has emotions that are being felt and he's just allowing himself to feel these things without belittling them? Is that true? And if that's true, then that means that whatever is under this blanket, whatever is tied onto this chain, just let it go, right? Why is there resistance here? This is what I asked in this space. Why is there? It's not that bad of a resistance either. It's not like a panicky, anxiety-filled resistance. It's not a fearful resistance. It's very, very slow, and it's very still. And it's almost not even, it's just really showing me who I am as a person. It's kind of just a resistance that's just showing Isaiah you like to allow yourself to think these things through first before just jumping into action. That's just who I am. I don't have to be someone who jumps into action and thinks about it later. I don't have to be someone who just acts just do it and then think about it later. That's not who I have to be. I mean, I could be that and being that, knowing that that's not really who I am, but I'm gonna just do it to just see what the other side of it is like. But you don't have to do that. It doesn't matter if that's someone else's specialty or if someone has that specialty and is encouraging you to do it because it benefits them. What benefits you? And in this space, what is benefiting me is to kind of just stay still for a second and just think this through. What's my relationship with this? What does this look like energetically? What am I learning here? And in doing that, in expressing myself in how my being just wants to express itself, I feel like I get more out of this. I feel like I get to think about things more. And this time I'm just thinking about it in a more positive way. Like there's things that could come out in this journey, and I could be the participant for or the observer for. I'm being the observer for a lot of this stuff just to see what I learn. And then I'm going to find something here. I'm going to be the participant. I'm going to allow myself to feel that thought, feel what I find in this energetic space, and allow myself to feel it as the participant, like that is my reality, and that's who I am now. And that's going to plant it as a seed. And when I do that, I just let it go. I allow myself to feel it. I allow myself to be the participant. I don't have to do anything more than that. I don't have to stay stuck as the participant, because if I stay stuck as the participant, then I'm going to stay stuck in this one thing I found and not allow it to just plant. When you plant the seed, you don't see it anymore. You have the knowledge that this thing is going to grow now. I don't have to hold the seed in my hand and just be a participant of holding the seed. I see the seed now. I can bury it and let it go. Because it just is now. It just is. And I can move on to observing new things. So, do you, Isaiah, feel that you are in a place where you're feeling all these emotions, you're feeling your relationship towards different things with yourself, you're feeling your reactions towards different things, and you're feeling your mental body and how it's shifting and your emotional responses towards things, but everything that is being received by you lately, you are not belittling. You're allowing them to be. You're allowing them to have their place in their being within you. You're being the observer. You're allowing yourself to find what you learn through those things. And I say yes. That's who I am. That is who I've become in this present moment. And I become the participant of saying yes. I become the participant of feeling this, that's what I am now. And I let go. And then I just let it go, and I let go of the chain simultaneously. So the chain falls, and the blanket falls, and a bunch of dust just kind of splatter from under the blanket. And it turns out there was just a bunch of pixie dust under there. The Isaiah that was trying to run or trying to pull himself away from my grasp, as soon as I let it go, flattened itself down and turned into a bunch of pixie dust and was floating into the air. It's a bit confusing to me, the one who was holding on so tightly. It was a bit confusing. It's like there is this Isaiah that's struggling with this sense of freedom and to just be let go, to allow himself to just be free from something. Turns out I've been the one holding him back from that freedom. And all he needed to be free was me to allow myself to be free and to just let go. I really love doing videos like this. I feel a strong amount of gratitude for myself lately. A strong amount of gratitude and support of myself. I'm in a really good standpoint with myself lately. I'm not gonna sit here gassing myself up and look arrogant, whatever, from the outside, but this is good. I really needed this video. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna post it. A lot of people say that I need to posting it, so I might be one of those people who just post it after saying it. I'm gonna only. What am I trying to say right now? I was trying to make a joke, but I lost it as soon as it came up. But I'm just letting minutes go by now. I'm just kind of sitting with everything I found, and I can let this go now. I planted the seed. I can let it go. If I do post this, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna delete this, I'm gonna post this, guys, but I'm gonna delete it, so watch it as soon as you can. It's not gonna be deleted. I've seen so many posts, videos of people saying, this is only gonna be up for so long, I'm gonna delete it, and it was like posted years ago. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I mean that genuinely. Like, I really need this. And if there's people who receive this thing that I'm doing that I need for myself and they're receiving it too, then that's, you have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you.